Emotionally, it's totally devastating.
A Great Neck father is demanding his school district stop using his 16-year-old son as a scapegoat for a major security breach at one of its high schools.
That's the biggest act of injustice they committed because they knew that he didn't do anything wrong.
According to this email from the district to the community, 9 trespassers who weren't students got into Great Neck South High School on Friday, December 16, 2022, in an attempt to threaten a student. But what the community wasn't told at the time was that the trespassers were armed with a taser, pepper spray, and a knife. The district claimed this 16-year-old, who we're not naming, was involved and suspended him for the rest of the year. However, the state education commissioner intervened and he went back to school after 4 months. Do you think you did anything wrong?
No, I don't think so.
The student says the trespassers threatened him.
Before I even heard anything, they just said, if you tell anybody, a teacher, a student, anybody at all, about what we're going to be discussing at this table, we will hurt you.
The teen says the group demanded he take them to the locker room, which he admits he did because he was paralyzed with fear. There was a hearing on January 3rd. The school district had an attorney. The Rodriguez family did not. The proceeding was also conducted in English, which is not the native language of the student's father, and there was no interpreter. During the hearing, the student said, "I didn't go on my own will."
Terrified. Absolutely terrified.
In the end, the hearing officer found the student was not credible, saying he engaged in conduct that was disorderly, disruptive, and a danger to the safety, morals, health, and welfare of others in violation of the Code of Conduct.
I think the student was railroaded.
David Bloomfield is a professor of education, leadership, law, and policy at Brooklyn College. He examined the documents involved in this case.
The security breach is worse because it put everybody in the school in danger. But to then effectively cover up and find a scapegoat is morally as well as legally abhorrent.
When people tell me he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, that's incorrect because the school is not the wrong place for him to be. He was in the right place. It's just we had the wrong people guarding the school.
The family and their attorney want the teen's record cleared.
That the punishment, even if he was determined to have done something wrong, and we ignore the threats that he received, which caused him to do what he did, was completely excessive and beyond any kind of a reasonable standard.
District administrators refused to sit down with Newsday for an on-camera interview. According to the statement issued instead, they said the district has reviewed and evaluated safety procedures and implemented additional security measures, that appropriate action was taken, and the security guard working on site the day of the breach was immediately removed. Here's what we don't know and the district isn't telling us. Why was the community not notified that the trespassers were armed and inside the building for several hours in the middle of a school day? Who let the trespassers into the building in the first place? And were any other students disciplined? And if so, how? As for the teen,
I just want to be a normal kid again. I want to feel like I belong there, not like some outcast.
For NewsdayTV, I'm Shari Einhorn.